is up, YouTube? I'm Jaden from Inside Sports, and today I'll be doing 3 more predictions for the NFL free agency. The NFL Combine will be starting this weekend, and time to get some more predictions before everything gets chaotic. If you haven't checked out my last video, you should do that right now before you watch this one. This is part 2 of my predictions. The first video covers Aaron Rodgers, Derek Carr, and Jimmy Garoppolo. In today's episode, I will be doing 3 more free agents. I'll be doing Lamar Jackson, who actually isn't a free agent, but pretty much actually is as well. What I mean by free agent, he is a free agent, but I don't think that he's going to hit free agency, as the Ravens have a lot of control in where he goes, which I believe if he goes somewhere else, it will be through a trade. I'll also be talking about Jacoby Brissett from the Cleveland Browns, career backup who had a really pretty decent season last year for the Browns, 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, but he kept them alive in the playoff race. I'm also going to be discussing running back Saquon Barkley, a star when he's healthy and had a breakout year this year. Technically, second breakout year after the past few years where he was pretty much injured. Starting off with Lamar Jackson, the former 2019 MVP, threw 17 touchdowns and 7 interceptions last year. He was injured midway through the year. Tyler Huntley closed it off, and he did not return for the playoffs. What seemed to be not that big of an injury. He was supposed to return in 2-3 weeks, and he never made his return. Now he's a free agent. Did he play his last game as a Raven? Well, here's my prediction. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. I know contract talks are stalling, and I know it's kind of getting a little bit rough. The offensive coordinator they just hired doesn't know if they will be having Lamar Jackson or not. But I just feel like, I don't know, I just don't see Lamar going anywhere. I know the Ravens, they have a really good team around them. Tyler Huntley didn't play that great. Their offense definitely struggled without Lamar. And I feel like, I know Lamar's gotten a lot of criticism for his passing game, but he's still a former MVP. And I know the past 2 years he's been unhealthy and hasn't really had that much of a full good season. I do think that if they re-sign him, I don't think he's worth the money that he wants, but I do think that the Ravens do not want to let him go. And that's why I think he stays in Baltimore. Now on to Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett, he was the starter for the Browns until Deshaun Watson came back from his 12-game suspension. And he played serviceable football. 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. The Browns were still alive in the playoff race with them. And arguably, some may say he played a lot better than Deshaun Watson when he came back. And I think Jacoby Brissett will not be asking too much money to stay in Cleveland. So where would I think his best fit would be? I'm going to say the Arizona Cardinals because Kyler Murray tore his ACL. They don't know when he'll be back. Some say early season. Some say it could be 6-8 weeks. I think Jacoby Brissett would be a great option for the Cardinals with new coach Jonathan Gannon. And the reason I think he fits is if Kyler Murray has to miss a lot of time, he's a quarterback that can keep you in the playoff hunt like he did with the Browns. I think even though they won't most likely have DeAndre Hopkins, he's expected to be traded. I think the Cardinals with Marquise Brown and Rondale Moore, they can provide Jacoby Brissett. And we'll see what they do with the draft too as well. Zach Ertz is still a soluble tight end, although he is getting there in age and health. I think Jacoby Brissett would fit best in Arizona. My final prediction of the video is about Giants running back Saquon Barkley. The superstar has been absolutely fantastic since he came to New York in 2018. The only problem, his health. He has had problems staying healthy, especially last season. He was out most of the year, and this season he came back and absolutely blew it away. But now the Giants really have 2 key players they want to re-sign. Daniel Jones is having tough contract talks. Rumors he wants $45 million, and they only get 1 franchise tag. So if the Daniel Jones contract agreements do not work out, they might franchise tag him and leave Saquon Barkley to go to free agency. Obviously, the Giants do not want that to happen, but I do think it's realistic that they prefer Daniel Jones over Saquon Barkley, especially with the way running backs have performed after they sign big contracts, and especially with Saquon's health. I don't think he returns to the New York Giants. My prediction is he heads to the Miami Dolphins, and that's a team that has championship aspirations this upcoming season. And one of their biggest needs is running back. Although they did get Chase Edmonds from the Arizona Cardinals, and Raheem Mostert had a solid year, I do think they could improve there, and I think Saquon is a good target for them. Saquon Barkley had an amazing season last year. He had 1,312 yards, 10 touchdowns, and led the Giants to the playoffs for the first time since 2016. I do think whatever team gets him will have an absolutely fantastic running back, but they should always be aware of his injury health as well. That's it for today's video. There's my 3 predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe for more, and comment below what your thoughts are and your predictions too. I really think that this year's free agency class is gonna be a really good one. Last year was chaotic. I remember we had 4 or 5 trades in the span of a couple of days last year, including Khalil Mack to the Chargers, and of course Devontae Adams to the Raiders from the Packers. We've had a lot of big movement lately, and I don't think it'll stop. And within the coming days and possibly a month, depending on his decision, Derek Carr will sign somewhere. If you want to know where I predicted him to go, check out my last video. And that's all I got for today. Have an amazing night. Subscribe for more. I'm Jade from Inside Sports, and see you later.